Hi guys, this is me, Robbie from EnglishHarmony.com, and tonight's message is don't compare your English with anybody else's. I've written about this subject on my blog a while back. There's a blog post. You can read it by following this link in the video, and I'll put it in the description box below the video as well, right? So you can read the blog post, but let's delve into this matter a little bit deeper now, right? So the question is why you shouldn't compare English with someone else's. Surely, if you want to improve, it's necessary to stack up your fluency with other standards, and the most reasonable way to go about that would be to hold someone else's English, someone else's who speaks very fluently, as a standard, and then aim for that, aspire to improve and look at them, whoever them might be, your work colleagues, some other person you might be in contact on a regular basis, and take their English as a standard to achieve. But this approach carries a very big risk of shattering your self-confidence, because the more you compare yourself to others, the more flaws you may find in your own English, and that in turn may lead you to believe that your English is very bad and so flawed and full of mistakes, riddled with mistakes, that it's nearly impossible to reach a sufficient level of fluency within this lifetime, then it's not worth improving your English at all, So basically, what it may do to your confidence is it may make you believe that you're worthless, useless as a foreign English speaker, and that other person is so much better than you that it's not actually worth trying anything, And it used to happen to me all the time, especially when I was comparing my English to that of some other native speaker, Because, as you can imagine, a native speaker is fluent at all times, and you can't even actually compare, no matter how well you speak, unless you've migrated to an English-speaking country at an early age and now you've reached a complete fluency. But then you wouldn't be watching this video post, right? Because by definition, anyone who watches my videos is having some sort of a fluency-related problem, So you wouldn't be that fluent anyway. So where was I? I strayed off topic a little bit. I'm sorry, guys. It's just a little bit too late now, and my mind doesn't function properly. So where were we? Oh yes, basically I was comparing my English on certain occasions with that of native speakers, and then I lost all my self-confidence and self-esteem. It all went down the drain, Say, for example, I would walk into a barber shop, and there was this nice girl. She was a hairdresser. This is a nice, actually, question. Is a person working in a barber shop, if she's a girl, is she a hairdresser or is she a barber? Because I would imagine that a barber is a man, and a female equivalent to that would be a hairdresser, regardless where she works. Anyway, actually, I remember this situation. I walked into a barber shop, and she started doing my hair and cutting my hair. And I was so embarrassed, or not really embarrassed. I just wanted to come across as a fluent speaker. And I was trying to match up with her fluency and respond in a way that equals her language, And eventually I just started getting mixed up in my words, and I was getting nowhere. And the more mistakes I was making, the more embarrassed and confused I got. And by the time I had to leave the place, I was blushing, and I was feeling very uncomfortable. And it's all because I was comparing my English with hers, and subsequently, quite naturally, the subconscious need is to match up with that level, So that's one of the reasons why comparing your language to someone else's might be very destructive, detrimental for your fluency, because you will want to equal that skill, but you can't really do it because you are at your own level, and it's actually a very delicate topic where the question is, the $1 million question is, where does your strive for improvement, where does it start damaging your fluency, and when is it, where we can draw the line, to which extent is it healthy to listen to someone else and take notice of expressions and phrases they're using and mimicking them, and when it becomes comparing yourself to that person to an extent that it's detrimental to your fluency. It's a very fine line, and basically what I would say is don't try to match that person's fluency. It's okay to learn from them, to adopt certain speech patterns and repeat after them in your mind and then on your own when you're doing your speech practice, but don't try to match up with their level of fluency, if you know what I mean. Your level is here and theirs is up there, but that doesn't mean that your fluency trend is, your fluency graph is not going upwards. The overall trend is definitely upwards going, provided that you're working on your fluency on a regular basis, And especially if you live in an English-speaking environment, it's happening naturally. And it just may seem to you that you're constantly experiencing those dips in fluency, and that problem is never going to be solved, and it's a never-ending vicious circle. But if you work with your fluency and when your spoken language for long enough, you'll see that you're improving over time. Definitely, there's definite improvement. So basically, don't compare your language with others, and be comfortable within your fluency limitations. This is another article I want you to read, and it might seem like a very complicated subject at first, but read it twice, read it 3 times, and it'll start making sense, So that's about everything for tonight. Thanks for watching, and see you soon again in the next video installment. Take care, guys. Bye.